At 2 a.m. on a rain-slicked March night in 2025, Cardi B's phone lit up with a single notification. She blinked against the blue glow, half asleep, half dreaming, and then her heart slammed awake.
Let me tell ya about this all right? For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. First thing first, this guy, right, is upset because I sent his girlfriend text messages of him begging me, saying he was gonna take away his life, begging me, saying he's gonna take away my life. I blocked you, even though I know you was gonna go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't wanna know what you was doing out there. I told you I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama, everything. I know it's not his team. I know it's his. Gonna tell the Breakfast Club, the only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support, because I was asking for everything. And because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a pussy nigga. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die slow.
6 words from Kiari Kendrell Cephas, known to the world as Offset, burned across the screen. If I can't have you, no one will. In that instant, the lavish mythology surrounding hip-hop's former power couple shattered like cheap glass, revealing a mess of late-night threats, private number calls, and a heartbreak that had tipped into obsession. Quick favor before the roller coaster starts, smash that like button, hit the comments if you've ever walked away from a toxic relationship, and strap in because what unravels over the next few minutes will make you rethink every Instagram perfect romance you've ever double tapped. To understand how we reached this boiling point, we need to rewind to when glitter hid the fractures. Back in September 2017, Offset and Cardi quietly slipped into a courthouse in Fulton County, Georgia, and emerged husband and wife. No cameras, no entourage, just 2 rising stars promising forever. 1 year later, Offset stood on stage during Cardi's Rolling Loud set, clutching roses and begging forgiveness, after whispers of cheating echoed through gossip columns. He looked fragile, she looked furious, and the crowd looked hungry for drama. Cardi took him back, but trust once cracked never lies smooth again. By December 2018, another rumor. Model Summer Bunni, a leaked text thread, a teary apology video hit the web. Cardi split only to reconcile days later. Each reunion felt tender, each scandal felt louder. Until by July 2024, the love story creaked under its own weight and Cardi filed for divorce a second time, citing an irreparable breakdown and no hope of rebuilding.
Last year, I really felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. You was mad happy today when I called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval. Other than that, nigga, I don't care. And you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a long time. All that was mad. He's mad about that. Mind you, this man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me and him having sex. That's the type of I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leave me voice notes, trying to put my self-esteem to the ground. And I'm so tired of it.
So there has been some more things with Offset and Cardi. Offset has now deleted his Instagram and his X account. His X account currently pulls up as this account does not exist and you can't even go to his Instagram.
Friends say the private arguments dwarfed the public spectacles. The castle of diamond rings and platinum plaques sat on fault lines no spotlight could conceal. Then came a January chill that felt colder than any New York wind. Cardi jumped onto X, formerly Twitter, for a late-night rant accusing Offset and, astonishingly, his own mother of robbing her. She never detailed how, but the implication was clear. Money, family loyalty, and betrayal formed a snarled knot that wouldn't untangle easily. At the same time, paparazzi photos began surfacing. Offset stepping out with runway-ready model Melanie Jada in Dubai. Cardi showing up at Lakers games, laughing with NFL superstar Stefon Diggs. Rumors sprouted like weeds. Fans wondered if Cardi's new glow had a dig-shaped reason, and Offset's silence on socials morphed from cool indifference into a cryptic warning. What happens in the dark might burst in daylight. The spark that lit the fuse? A yacht off Biscayne Bay in February 2025. Sun glinting off teal water and champagne flutes. Cardi dancing to a bass-heavy track while Diggs playfully tapped her backside. One viral clip, 15 seconds, millions of views, and a tidal wave of memes labeling them Barty Diggs. If Offset watched that video, he never admitted it, but a week later he tweeted, "Clout is a hell of a drug," then fell eerily quiet. Silence, however, doesn't muffle jealousy. In early March, photos popped up of Cardi's son Wave sporting fresh braids nearly identical to Stefon's. Fans cooed, calling it adorable. Offset reportedly saw red. At 11:47 p.m. the night the images trended, he posted "Play with my kids" and "Somebody gonna crash out." Then minutes later deleted the tweet. Cardi's phone began buzzing. Private number 4 times. Voicemail notifications stacked. She ignored them until 2 a.m. when that text, "If I can't have you," flashed across her screen. She screenshot it, heart racing, not yet sure who needed protection. Herself, her children, or even Offset from himself. That early morning message wasn't a lone lightning strike. It was a storm warning. Over the next 2 weeks, Cardi says Offset called over 50 times. Blocked numbers, burner numbers, FaceTime requests at dawn. The messages started with "Please. Please pick up. I'm messed up without you." They shifted quickly to guilt. "How you sleep, knowing I'm out here wanting to unalive myself." Finally, they curved into menace. "I swear you'll never see tomorrow with him." Cardi's voice cracked when she recounted those words during an emotional X Spaces session. She said she felt trapped in a psychological maze. Comfort the father of her kids or protect herself from a man whose love now felt like a loaded gun. Unable to bear it alone, Cardi forwarded the worst screenshots to Melanie Jada. She framed it not as spite, but a sisterly heads up. "This is what he's sending me. If you care about him or yourself, do something." According to Cardi, Melanie reacted with shock. Offset, upon learning of the leak, reacted with fury. Cardi claims he unleashed an avalanche of voice notes condemning her for ruining his image and turning the world against him. Yet at the same time, he allegedly fired off explicit clips. Footage of him and Cardi during happier times straight to Stefon Diggs' DM. A digital scorched earth tactic many lawyers classify as revenge content. Revenge content is a felony in several states. In Georgia, civil suits stack up fast. Cardi's legal team gathered timestamps, server logs, and witness statements. For a man already bleeding public goodwill, this was a catastrophic self-inflicted wound. The legal quagmire thickened on May 29th. Court papers revealed Offset wasn't simply contesting the divorce. He wanted spousal support. Onlookers did double takes. Offset's estimated net worth hovers around $30 million, a fortune by any standard. Yet he asked Fulton County Superior Court to order Cardi, whose empire sits near $100 million, to pay him monthly. Cardi logged onto X in sweats and no makeup, voice raw. "I'm paying the school, paying the security, paying the nanny overnights. You don't show up for parent-teacher night and you want me to pay you," she said. Fans rallied. The hashtag #BoyBuy trended. Analysts on finance podcasts dissected the optics. Rich requesting richer's pockets after alleged abuse rarely plays well. Offset's next chess move looked more like tipping the board. On June 4th, he deactivated both X and Instagram, vaporizing 8 years of posts and 90 million total followers. No farewell note, no press release, just a white profile icon reading, "This account no longer exists." Silence thundered louder than any track he dropped since Ric Flair Drip. Bloggers speculated breakdown, PR cleanup, maybe a rehab check-in. Some argued he'd weaponize mental health narratives, threatening unalive to tug Cardi's heart, only to vanish when the tactic backfired. Whatever the motive, the absence felt eerie. Screenshots of his empty feed flew across social media like digital tumbleweeds. Cardi didn't waste the quiet. With the court granting her primary residential custody, she locked in therapy for the kids, boosted home security, and slipped off to the Bahamas with Diggs for 3 sunbaked days. Paparazzi lenses caught her laughing on a jet ski, hair whipping sea spray, Diggs trailing behind on another ski, both free of bodyguards, free of drama, free. In a candid sit-down with Harper's Bazaar, she later admitted, "Last year I almost broke, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. My baby came out 5 pounds and it scared me. Now I'm choosing whatever gives me bread." Critics groaned that she'd moved on too fast. Defenders countered she finally moved on at all. Cardi shrugged. On Instagram Live, she told followers, "Love didn't leave, respect did. And if respect gone, so am I." The public conversation shifted from messy celebrity gossip to a broader issue: coercive control. Psychologists explain it as a pattern where love becomes a leash. Emotional threats, financial chess, public humiliation, private guilt. Cardi's experience mapped the textbook. One day Offset was posting hard eyes under her photos, the next he was accusing her of ruining his life because she chose therapy over reconciliation. Fans who'd once championed couple goals now parsed the timeline like detectives, realizing each makeup concert, each diamond ring had also been a reset button for unseen turmoil. The fandom split. Some said Offset was simply heartbroken and spiraling, others insisted heartbreak never justifies terror tactics. Offset's defenders pointed at Cardi's timeline with Stefon Diggs. They dredged up rumors that Diggs and Cardi had been flirting at a private late summer pool party in Los Angeles back in 2024, months before the yacht video. They noted an October black tie gala where Cardi and Diggs reportedly left the after party 15 minutes apart. They speculated without proof that emotional lines blurred long before legal lines ended. Yet even if Cardi's new romance began earlier than advertised, critics countered cheating isn't a hall pass for coercion. Threats to unalive, revenge content, and financial sabotage cross red lines in any moral playbook. By mid-June, blogs reported Offset holed up in a rented estate outside Atlanta, phone off, inner circle tight, working on music that would tell his side. Insiders whispered song titles dripping with betrayal metaphors. One source claimed Offset laid down a verse that ends, "The devil wore Balenciaga and her laugh still haunts my dreams." Whether the track drops or fizzles, the real question is whether contrition accompanies the beat. Cardi's attorneys insist therapy and full co-parenting participation are baseline requirements for smoother negotiations. Without them, the divorce trial proceeds in September. Cameras likely present, transcripts public. Meanwhile, Cardi's career soared. Her single Liberated, a trap pop anthem rumored to be about escaping emotional chains, rocket launched to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 within 3 weeks, making her the female rapper with the most #1 singles in history. The music video opens with Cardi emerging from a labyrinth of mirrors, each pane reflecting a warped image of Offset's face before shattering into glittering dust. Critics called it heavy-handed. Fans streamed it 40 million times in 48 hours. On the video's release day, Cardi posted one sentence on X, "Healing sounds expensive. Good thing I can afford it." Offset's supporters fired back. They argued Cardi commodified private pain, turning heartbreak into chart position. They asked whether a woman earning millions should mock the mental health struggles of her children's father. Cardi responded in an interview, voice steady. "Mental health is real. That's why I begged him to get help. But threatening your family and leaking private videos, that's not depression. That's domination." Her words echoed across morning shows and podcasts, sparking debates about where empathy ends and accountability begins. The situation hit another twist when TMZ broke a story late June that Offset had filed an emergency motion seeking a gag order against Cardi, claiming her public statements harmed his brand partnership. In the same breath, he requested joint physical custody to secure more time with their kids, plus child support in case endorsements dried up. Cardi's lawyers called the motion contradictory gymnastics, asking the judge, how can a man unavailable for school drop-offs be available for halftime parenting? The hearing is set for July 18th. Court watchers predict fireworks. Amid the legal back and forth, fans notice Cardi spending less time on social media, more time in mommy mode. She shared stories of baking cupcakes with culture, reading bedtime comics to Wave, and limiting her phone to do not disturb after 9 p.m. She told Vogue, "My kids didn't ask for seasonal fathers. They deserve presents, not presents." When asked if she feared Offset's threats, Cardi sighed. "Fear is a monster that feeds on silence. I speak, I document, and I let my lawyer handle the monsters." Offset's camp insists he's in counseling, writing, and planning a rebirth era. One friend told Complex magazine, "He's never been this low, but sometimes you gotta hit bottom to realize you've been digging your own grave." The same friend admitted Offset still loves Cardi, still calls her my muse, but also feels betrayed that she broadcasted their darkest moments for clicks. Balance perspective or PR spin? Hard to tell until actions line up with words. As summer edges on, the world waits. Will Offset reemerge with accountability or more accusations? Will Cardi's new love story with Stefon Diggs withstand the glare of stadium lights and gossip blogs? Will two children grow up watching their parents heal or feud? And perhaps most importantly, will the conversation about coercive control finally outrun the memes and remind viewers that behind every flashy headline is a human nervous system learning how to feel safe again? One thing is clear. The fairy tale lens through which fans once viewed Offset and Cardi has been stripped away. The castle walls were cardboard, the moat was a puddle, the white horse had a flat tire. What remains is a story both uncomfortable and necessary because it mirrors countless relationships minus the platinum records. It shows how love can morph into leverage, how apologies can morph into ammunition, and how walking away sometimes means sprinting for your life. If you're still listening, fist bump through the screen for riding this saga to the end. Now do me one last solid. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and and drop your thoughts below. Is Offset a broken heart wrapped in bad decisions, or a master manipulator shocked to lose control? Let's keep the dialogue real, respectful, and relentless, because tomorrow's twist is already loading. Stay safe, guard your peace, and remember, love should never hurt more than it heals.